everybody, welcome back to PJ 8-Bit. My name is James, and this is...
Peyton!
We're back, and we're back with Interrogation. We are still loving this game. We're wondering if we're getting close to the end here. We don't know. We're excited. It's been so much fun going back and forth between Interrogation and LA Noire. Just because they're such different but interestingly similarly games, and really cool ways of how they approach the detective concept in gaming world right now. But anyways, we'll talk more about that later. Let's get going on with this. Abraham Jamal.
Yeah.
Well, detective, you've had quite the field day with my clients in my absence, haven't you? Oh yeah, it's because we just did the interrogations with them before they got here.
Yes. Only what they chose to tell me, counselor.
Detective. Well, that's quite, as the Brits say, cheeky, now isn't it?
Oh, I could have said way worse things. There was some real winners in that pile, but okay.
He's gonna take you on, though. Alas, despite their dismal treatment, I've been talking to Mr. Miller and Chief Anderson here. Okay. And because all three of my clients are of completely good intent, the good gentleman and I have reached an agreement.
Okay, what agreement is this?
We will not press charges against the abusive police practices thus far.
Hardly abusive. You don't know what abusive is. I got abused.
Yeah.
I was knifed.
You were very
and
surprised.
Slapped.
You were
I was very surprised by that knife.
Yeah, that was
it was a
pretty funny.
routine evaluation. Buddy boy pulls out a knife. Anyway, let's go.
And they will even willingly discuss with you, detective.
Okay.
Recorder stays on throughout, or else they leave. That's fair. However, all of this under the condition that nothing of what one says can used in their own incrimination can be used. No, that's the first typo I've seen in this whole game. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
All of this under the condition that nothing of what one says can, be used in their own.
Yeah. First time. It's the first time.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen that.
It's pretty well written, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've signed documents to that effect, yes. Wonderful! What the hell, lawyer? Then let's get it over with. Let's get on with the show.
Okay. I can't believe you feel signed something like this. I see what you did there, Chief. I can work with this. Okay, I'm gonna say I can work with this, because I think I can work with this. We don't tend to turn the tape recorder off, and...
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, whatever. I see what you did there, Chief.
Yeah, that's fine.
With this.
Yeah. Oh, they're so proud of us.
Well, no, I see what they did, because he's a big shot lawyer. They're just trying to make the best of the situation, right? It's kind of like when we were watching The Outsider, and they were trying really hard to work with Alec Pelly, and he was like, do you know this law and this loophole I can exploit? And it's like, well, they gotta find the criminal too, though. They're just doing their job.
Exactly.
But the lawyer's just doing his job, so I get it.
It goes back and forth. Yeah. We had to sign, given the context, but it's an opportunity, yeah. Indeed, the wording allows for a window. They can't self-incriminate. But nothing prevents them from incriminating one another.
Haha. So we gotta get them to talk shit about each other.
You need to turn them against each other, yeah. Go get them. This is for all the marbles. Take down the Liberation Front. Oh my god, is this the last one?
This is the last interrogation, yeah.
Guys, is this the end?
I had a feeling it was coming. I just didn't know, because we were climbing the ladder.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I think this might be the last, if not second last one. We'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be hard. Are you ready? Alright, I'm gonna read through the reports here. Okay. Although the information obtained has allowed us to track down what we assume to be the Liberation Front's leadership, they have carefully covered any trace that might point to them. Our evidence so far against them is unlikely to hold in any court of law. Well, that's not good. What's more, because of the rushed manner of our investigation, necessitated by the circumstances, the department has signed a deal with the suspects, jointly represented by Abraham Jamal, in which none of them will press charges for our injurious interrogations. In exchange, they have agreed to one last questioning round, with the caveat that regardless of the content of this questioning, it may not be used as self-incriminating evidence. Our cat is yelling now.
Mikey, we're not incriminating you. Calm down.
Our cat. It's our cat. If you don't know, he likes to yell a lot. Okay, I'm sorry. The deal also stipulates that the questioning must be recorded at all times. Yeah, we know that already.
Fine,
the only option at this point is to have the suspects turn on one another. If these people are who we think they are, They have probably prepared themselves for such a scenario. Yeah,
obviously. All right, who we got? Okay, yeah.
No, we'll just review this. I know we read it already. I'm just going to review it again, just so we have a clear picture. Is that cool?
Yeah, I'm just going to point this out, though. This girl is super cute.
Yeah, she is. I
like the haircut.
I also like how badass she was, like how much she knew and everything.
I know. I was like, I hate you right now, but you're really cute and sup, here's my number. Anyway, go on. Annabelle Lee is a reputed sociology and anthropology professor, regularly holding and attending lectures internationally. She has published numerous studies and has received honorary I can't read distinctions for her work analyzing the societal behavior in failed states. She is scheduled to be key speaker at a scientific conference in Phnom Penh. I think I'm reading that right. Her international presence would allow her to coordinate front actions abroad, and her connections with academia could be the fuel behind the ideological engine of the front. Okay, do we have all 4 of them, by the way? Yeah, this time we got all
Sweet. So now we got some guys that we don't know much about.
So this dude we didn't pull in. So we don't know
this is Damascus Reed. This is the business guy.
Yeah.
He's a well-known entrepreneur, philanthropist, writer, and business guru. His ability to disrupt markets through innovation and extremely fast expansion has given him a reputation as a visionary among his peers. His companies, specializing in cutting-edge technology and big data, have seen great successes over the last few years. All right, so cutting edge. So he's a kind of an information technology kind of business guy.
Yeah.
Okay. As a CEO, he's a CEO. He has been accused of imposing long work hours and of creating a highly stressful work environment. Well, that's pretty well against the Liberation Front to me.
Okay.
He certainly would have the money to fund the Liberation Front, as well as important connections to powerful people nationally and abroad. And judging by his tax returns, he is proficient in moving his money around untracked.
Yeah.
That looks bad.
Oh, who's this? This is new.
This is a brand new person, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have James Bennett. So James Bennett does not register in almost any databases we have access to. Okay. He does not have a driver's license. He does not register as a property owner. He has no medical insurance. He is married and has 2 teenage boys. The only data we have on him is from his service in the army. But most of his files are confidential, and we could only learn that he had enrolled in the infantry in his youth. We only know he quickly rose through the ranks before applying and being granted early retirement at the rank of colonel. Colonel. I always forget that word is colonel.
It's stupid.
The L throws me off every time. After that, Bennett mostly drops off the radar. When we found him at the location indicated, he was living with his family on a large property in a secluded area in the mountains. Okay.
So he's like Alaskan bush people, basically.
Basically. His isolation and military training certainly qualifies him as a suspect for Liberation Front leadership, although his motives currently remain unknown. He's very much off the radar, though. That's looking suspicious.
Yes.
Like, right? That's very convenient.
It's convenient for him.
And he's right.
Not for us.
All right, guys. Maybe for one last time. Bring him in.
Maybe. We'll see.
Let's do this.
This is a hard game, yo.
All right. Here we go. She's at 2 and 2. Okay, dipshit. I know you're a murder scum. Let's talk about the Liberation Front you lead. That's funny. Also, I want to point out while Peyton's looking at the options here, the soundtrack for this game is spectacular. I love it. It creates such a really dark and interesting ambience.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm going to play this because I don't want to be like, I need you to confess. I'm just going to say I just need you as a consultant for ideology because that's what she really would be a good consultant for. Okay. If we're pinning them.
Well, that's what she's agreed to do. That's kind of been your relationship so far, and she just opened up a bit. They nod very well. That I can do. So that was a good move.
So I want you to imagine, for this exercise, that you're the ideological leader of the front.
All right. I can wrap my head around that as a mental exercise, and she got more open. Also, interestingly enough, that girl that was on the airport, like on the airport.
The airline attendant?
Yeah,
the one that was useless.
She's not part of this anymore. So she was like crossed off the list. So was this other the Bush guy, was he from that same list that we just didn't choose him? Ooh.
Yeah, these are the 3
others.
So that were on that plane. So she just happened to be wrong place, wrong time.
Can I just I want to before we get digging, and I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Who do you think it would be right off the bat? I still vote the professor.
I vote her. Yeah, I think she's Lady Luck. I think these 2, Damascus Reed and Annabelle Lee. I think these are the master. I don't know where Bennett fits into this. I'm kind of confused.
Well, doesn't have any power. At least known power.
He's got military background. So I'm wondering if he would be the one that would be leading the charge for more of the
violent attacks,
violent offenses. Yeah.
And this is interesting. So we have the professor, which is more the motive. We have the business guy that's more the means, right, of funding it. Yeah. And then we have the military guy that's got a lot of mystery to him. That's got that makes him suspicious and has the artillery training to do so. Right, with bombs and stuff like that. Yeah. So it is kind of interesting. This is a weird setup. They definitely got different points of interest that we could go on these people. Sorry, let's get into the game. I'm just very excited, guys. I'm sorry. This is really cool. I like the setup the game's given us here.
She's about equity, eh? I'm trying to remember what set her off last
equity
time.
Was her thing, 100%.
Yeah, and let's imagine that you lead a wing dedicated to triggering the revolution that can bring us total equity.
All right, I can picture it.
Okay. What sort of person would lead this terrorist wing?
They smile. Most likely someone that has witnessed firsthand the suffering caused by inequality. Someone driven and empathetic. Mm-hmm. I don't know if so that's an interesting point. So this girl's either going to be the leader or she's going to give us the tools to figure out who it is. Because she knows how these systems work. Yeah. Right?
Well, she has a very good understanding of different ideological situations and how those play into society and how you can use that to manipulate other people / how you can use that to set up a governing body. Yeah. So that's what's kind of interesting.
Yeah, right.
What sort of... We don't have a time limit, so I'm going to really...
yeah, go for it.
I'm going to really go for this. What sort of professional background would they need?
They smile. I believe it could be anyone. Inequality affects 90% of the people. No particular skills seem necessary.
Okay. What about personality? What kind of personality do they have?
They answer in a calm tone, open and empathetic, with a tough and resilient backbone.
Someone with those qualities would make for an inspirational leader. Wouldn't they then be too weak to make the tough decisions to kill?
Ooh, that's a good point. Yeah, empathetic. I would actually poke holes in that and see what she says. Yeah? Wouldn't you? Yeah. Because she's saying they're empathetic and open. Like, well, then why are they bombing people?
She's talking about a resilient backbone, too. So wouldn't they be too weak to make the tough decisions to kill? I'm curious.
They shake their head vigorously. Senseless killing would not be the purpose.
Okay, okay. So they would use their charisma to motivate impressionable folk, motivate and inflame folk.
So the leader would use the charisma.
I think it's more motivate.
To motivate, use that word.
Yeah, versus manipulate. So the leader would use this charisma to motivate and inflame folk.
Yes, they nod. And she got more open with that one. Yeah. Many have been pushed into apathy and would need to be stirred to raise their heads once again.
Okay. What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
They answer quickly. Most importantly, they would have to keep themselves connected to the people.
Okay, so always on the ground. See, this is what makes me think that she might be Lady Luck, and I'll tell you why. Mm-hmm. The two boys here, I bet are the flanks. She's the one leader that talks to the people. They operate. One provides the money and like the security needed, the financial security. The other one might be providing more of the operations and decided on the cell idea, right? Because think about how military is structured, right? You've got this hierarchy, and then you're dividing all of these troops into like small platoons, right? Small cells, again, that are led by a captain. The captain reports to the next person, and so on and so forth. Yeah, okay. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
They smile. The fight for social equality has been a great motivator throughout history. Revolutions and wars were fought over it.
Yeah, very true. How would you lead this terrorist wing?
They roll their eyes with competence and aplomb for sure. What does that mean? Aplomb?
Like a
sense
she's
of
being
understanding.
cheeky.
Yeah.
What would your leadership style be regarding this wing?
They answer thoughtfully. Learning from the mistakes of the past, I would focus on maintaining our ideological integrity above all. You literally are pulling a Ted Bundy move here.
Yeah.
Getting her to talk about this in third person. And
we have to, because the lawyer has forced it that way.
Yeah, you're right.
What are you thinking about when you say ideological integrity?
Non-discrimination, redistribution of wealth. A culture of acceptance that spans all genders and identities. That's tricky.
Okay. How would you handle recruitment? This I'm kind of curious about.
They answer after a brief pause. And by the way, she has her heart rate and openness been staying the same the whole time. I would make sure our message reaches those who most need to hear it, the disenfranchised.
Through an inspiring persona like Lady Luck?
They smirk. She's a good example, I assume. I assume, eh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I think Peyton's pinning you right now. I think you're getting her, man. I'm gonna be very surprised if she's not the leader. I will actually genuinely be very surprised.
I kind of hope that
she could be a total, like,
I kind of hope that she's the ringleader, because I actually do have respect for her.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, and this sounds really messed up, because, like, I feel like saying, like, oh, I have respect for a person who's leading a terrorist organization. I tend to do respect the people who do business well.
Yeah.
How would you handle the day-to-day logistics?
They answer calmly. I would carefully plan all actions, ensuring we never make a move that could be misinterpreted. Ooh, that's an interesting point to make.
I couldn't agree more. You and we would make a better team leading the front than the other two.
She got more open when he said that. They hesitate before smiling and nodding. Perhaps. Yet we all have our parts to play, officer.
And that's what I think this is all about. It's divided. This whole thing is divided into what people do well.
But also, she kind of almost put a point at you of like, you're playing a part here. We all have our parts to play.
Oh, absolutely.
Officer.
It's a double entendre for sure.
I think she is. I think she's the puppet master here. I think she's doing it in a way where she's not. She's like, you know what this reminds me of? Game of fucking Thrones.
That's 100% what this fucking is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking Game. It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So wait, who is this? Who do you think this is?
Like Daenerys?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would be your goals and objectives?
They smile. More than a material objective, I would strive towards social awakening as our main goal. How do you measure that, though? How do you measure that? Ooh.
Should I say ignorant or unaware?
Unaware. Keep it positive.
Okay. It's true. Many live contently, unaware of the situation they are in.
You got it more open with that. They nod, smiling slightly. That is the insidious nature of capitalism. It puts us to sleep with overpriced goods. Ooh.
Interesting.
This is an interesting conversation because she's not necessarily wrong here.
That's why I'm kind of like...
This is a very fascinating conversation.
Okay.
This is a very enlightening game. I like this game a lot. It's a really good... It's good for you. It makes you think about your own ideologies even in real life when you're playing the game.
Yeah.
I like that. I've never seen a game do that before.
It challenges a lot of bias, like even for myself. I'm like, interesting, okay. It's very easy to come into a game and be like...
I know everything, yeah.
Who done it? But even like LA Noire, I find has been challenging me too.
Just in a very different way, though. Stuff. Very different way.
Yeah. How would you work with the other two terrorist wings?
I would try to make sure this factionalism does not divide or distract us.
Interesting.
Answer calmly.
See, it's all divided. How would you handle relationships with other leaders?
They nod. Besides the ideological debates, that would certainly happen. Building long-term trust would be essential.
What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
They answer slowly. Autonomy is a dangerous thing. It fosters divergence, a dangerous thing, but often a necessary compromise. Ooh.
I agree with that because that's the one thing we're finding with this group, right? Is the autonomy keeps them in line, but it also kind of creates this tension, right? So it's really odd.
Yeah, they're not quite all on the same boat, same page all the time.
No.
Yeah.
How would you coordinate your actions with those of the different wings?
They nod. I would make sure that no action goes against the cause, personally vetting each and every one of them.
But if one of the wings were focused on absolute private property and state dissolution, your collectivist views would be incompatible.
They nod sharply, and her heart rate just bumped up.
I noticed that bumped.
It would be quite a difficult situation, I would agree. And she's also looking at you very funky now. She's looking more tense. Okay.
Yeah, she's a little tense. Well, I'm actually gonna leave her off here because... Oh wait, no, okay, there is one more. I was gonna say, they want to change the exercise, I don't want to do that. Let's discuss the real Liberation Front for a minute now.
The answer after a brief pause. Very well, but remember the deal was signed.
That's fine.
So be careful what questions you ask, because you can break the deal.
I kind of don't want to ask the top two because of that. How would you describe its ideology? Let's start simple.
They shake their head. I think we both know its ideology is not unitary. Multifaceted opposition is its main appeal. Yeah,
you're not kidding. Which means there has to be a great deal of tension, which means there has to be a clear balance of powers within, which means there has to be a great deal of confusion. I'm gonna say internal tension. Or balance of power. I don't think it's confusion, but I think there is tension, and I think there has to be a clear balance of power.
Yeah, so I'm trying to...
I'm trying to think of what would be better. Because I could poke a hole on it and say, well, there's gonna be a lot of tension then. Or I could be like, well, I guess you guys have, they must be handling it well.
I think it depends on how much you want to put a pin on her.
I'm gonna talk about the internal tension, because there does have to be some internal tension.
The answer quickly. On the contrary, exactly this umbrella approach would provide cohesion.
Okay. But the balance would be deserving anything where I have the leaders. So if I be whatever. With all political movements, leaders greatly influence the interpretation of ideology by its members. If one falls, I like this one.
One domino makes all the
talk
dominoes
about the domino effect, right? So with all the
that's some V for Vendetta shit right there.
Yeah. Leaders greatly influence the interpretation of ideology by its members. If one falls...
Her heart rate went up.
Yeah.
They nod slowly. You are correct, of course. We need only think of the communist revolutions across Europe.
Yeah.
She's so well read. I love talking to this girl.
I do too.
She knows her stuff.
Let's actually talk about these revolutionaries. In history, only revolutionaries who sought to centralize power in their own hands succeeded.
They sigh before answering in a calm tone. During the communist uprisings, many anarchists successfully established functional societies.
Yet the other factions imposed their narrative.
They smile. She just got more open, by the way.
Her heart rate also bumped too.
No, it's been bumped for a while.
Oh, okay.
They did not have the communication tools available today.
True.
Ooh.
But she's so open, yo.
Oh, she's just like, look at my boobies at this point.
Oh, I know. How do they operate their recruitment process?
They smile. I couldn't say, officer. It must be quite a good policy, though, looking at the loyalty of their members.
Yeah, I'm wondering that too. Hey, what about Cafe Freaky? You ever been there? It's nice and quiet.
I assume so. It's a very nice place. You just got more open. She's 9.
You like it. You like it there, eh? You like it there? Yeah.
She's 9 now.
Alright.
I didn't even talk to anybody else.
How do you know Damascus Reed? It's kind
of... careful. Well, Reed and I have some common social circles. I assume he comes to my conferences just to argue with me.
Okay. What about James Bennett? That seems like the outlier here. I want to know more about him.
They look thoughtful. The colonel has participated in some military actions in a number of the Asian countries. I have held lectures.
Wait, what?
Military actions in the countries she's lectured in.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually flip because I don't want to change the exercise. Let's go to Damascus here. He's the business bud, right?
I love that they're not giving us a time limit so we can really just dig into this.
I really want to dig. I want to get to know these people because, okay, so what was funny about Anabe here is she was already open.
Yeah.
Because we talked about her before, where this guy's like the standard, what they come in as, like not very open, heart raised like normal.
He doesn't know who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, dipshit. I love that option. Don't choose that option.
No, I'm not going to. We're gonna play the same game. All I need from you, Mr. Reed, is that you consult for me as a business expert today.
They nod. Now we're talking. I usually charge for this, but you get a session free of charge, apparently.
Yeah, because I'm a fucking investigator, mate.
Yeah, and you got more open by 1.
You're a mentor of the front. Ooh, this is hard. He's not commander. Maybe operations manager? I can't say him as president. He's definitely not the ideological leader. I think maybe operations manager, could we say?
He's about technology and information and data. That's what he does. So that would make sense to me for operations.
Yeah, imagine for this consultation exercise that you're the operations manager of the front.
Okay, that's some fancy terminology you got there, but I'll roll with it.
And let's imagine you lead a wing dedicated to an absolute stateless private property and self-ownership.
They shrug. So the anarcho-lib, I guess? Okay, I'll play, and also he got more open by 1.
Okay. What sort of person would lead this terrorist wing?
They smile. Ha! Smart one, that's for sure.
I like the other girl better. What sort of professional background would they need?
They sit back in their chair. They would need to have some top-notch managerial abilities, that's for sure.
Okay, so we did nail this one. Okay, good. What's the personality gonna be like?
They shrug. He came more open, by the way. They'd have to be energetic, hardworking, and I think I'm just speculating here.
Well, that's fair, because I don't know what you do necessarily. I'm just kind of playing a game. We're just playing a game.
Yeah, we're just...
Lawyer, did you hear that? We're playing a game. What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
They tap their fingers on the table. Well, network is key in all business. That still applies if you're in the business of terror.
I agree. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
Whoa, lean forward. I mean, they're probably fed up with the state leeching off of us. Fat politicians lining their pockets for free while we toil away there.
Alright, lean closer, buddy. Lean closer.
That was cool, I just gotta...
Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay. How would you do it?
They smile. More than anything else, it would be a PR war. What does that mean?
Like public relations, so press.
Oh, that's what PR. I always forget that PR means press. Sorry. The state does enough dirty stuff on its own.
Okay. What would your leadership style be regarding this wing?
The answer in a calm tone. I would focus on building sustainable structures of leadership, and I would surround myself with the most active and competent people. That all makes sense to me.
Yeah. You and we're the sort of people the front needs leading it. The others don't have what it takes.
They lean forward. He's more open because you said that. You have proven yourself very capable, I will admit.
Well, how would you handle recruitment?
They tap their fingers on the table. I would focus on creating support structures for sympathizers who have a plan and want to take the initiative.
So he wants people who are already go-getters, basically. How would you handle the day-to-day logistics?
They laugh. Knowing me, I would probably surround myself with reports and statistics.
Okay, fair enough. Oh man, forecasting was always something that was interesting, but I just don't have the knack for it, so good on you, mate.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. This guy's all about his data, right?
Yeah.
That's where he is in this business.
What would be your goals and objectives?
The answer in a calm tone. A step-by-step dissolution of the state by replacing it with privately owned operators. That would actually make sense.
Okay. Also, this guy kind of looks like Will Wheaton. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like a very, an older and and a more businessy Will Wheaton.
Yeah. How would you work with the other 2 terrorist wings?
Well, the answer in a calm tone yet again. We would have to be flexible, making sure we don't miss any opportunities.
Okay. How would you handle relationships with the other leaders? This I'm interested in.
They tap their fingers on the table. I would have to personally trust their competence and dedication.
Okay, so talk shit on this guy all you want, but I do kind of agree with some of the things he's saying.
Like what?
I like that he talks about, okay, so we're running, think about it, we're running this organization, right?
Yeah.
He's sort of coming at it like we need people who are driven to get off the ground. And the people that I want on my right-hand side and left-hand side are 2 people that know their shit. And they're dedicated to the cause and they can work with me, even if we don't necessarily all agree. I do respect that.
Yeah, that makes sense. It is a good, I mean, it's a plan that makes sense.
Yeah.
To hold in structure.
Yeah. What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
The answer in a calm tone. We would have to decide commonly on strategies. There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How would you coordinate your actions with those other wings?
The answer quickly. I would specialize the different wings, each playing to its best competence and delegate tasks accordingly.
Aha. I figured that. Makes sense. Okay. So... how would you work with the other 2? Did we say this? We did this already. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss the real Liberation Front.
Okay, they shake their head. Listen, I don't know what you're trying to squeeze out of me, but it won't work, so ask away. Waste your time. Whoa, that's kind of
Okay, we're gonna start nice and easy. We're gonna do a softball here. How would you describe its ideology, Bernard?
They shake their head. Honestly, I think they are trying to embody freedom in all of its forms. That's quite a thing to say about a terrorist group, dude.
Freedom in all of its forms. I'm gonna say this though, their acts of violence are the catalyst for their own downfall.
They hesitate before answering, and his heart rate just jumped. I guess time will tell, won't it?
He seems like a schemer. Schemers don't like to get involved in violent behavior. They like to try to talk around it and get others to do their dirty business. How do they operate their recruitment process?
They smile. Haven't you heard they post online about stuff?
That's very simple. Alright. Well, in history, only revolutionaries that sought to centralize power in their own hands succeeded.
They roll their eyes. Oh, really? Many industrious individuals established prosperous, autonomous free areas.
I'm gonna say this one. Yet their initiatives often devolved into oppression and abuse, or economic and societal collapse.
Their voice raises, and his heart rate just went up, by the way.
You're
pissing him off.
Now.
Only because they weren't allowed to run things long enough. It would have stabilized in time. Interesting, you're pissing him off.
You know what's kind of interesting about this guy? He kind of reminds me of Al from Deadwood.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the law involved, but he recognizes the necessity a little bit of structure. Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. But he does like to wheel and deal in his own time, right? Well, before we get to the hardest hitting questions, what do you think of the cafe?
His heart rate just went up again.
Oh, really?
So all their heart rates are going up because of this cafe.
Interesting.
They shift in their chair, clasping their hands. Oh, buddy boy, you're...
So you've been to the meeting place, then?
I don't know the place, I couldn't say. Uh-huh. I ain't buying that shit.
Right. So you and Inaba sounds like you really get along. Let's see.
They laugh. We had an intimate relationship, some crazy times in Saigon.
Oh. Oh my. I mean, cool, but oh my.
I didn't think you'd share that.
I wasn't expecting that answer.
He's like, you can
I thought they hated each other, and then he's kind of like, oh yeah, we hooked up. I was like,
she hates him. Also, I like how at this beginning of this part of the interview, he was like, it's a waste of time, you can squeeze the shit out of me. Oh yeah, fuck that girl.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Whoa, that's spicy.
Okay, you into this.
What about Bennett? He seems like the outlier here.
They shake their head. Well, I don't know them personally, cop. I only know he's some old guard military guy.
Yeah, he seems like the outlier. Like, even when they talk about him like...
So now, I wasn't sure if this business guy was suspicious, but with that meeting place, and the fact that he does have a real strong opinion with this thing, is very fascinating to me. I guess any business person would, like if they're high up, but like he really kind of, like his heart was going up with that. So
my strategy here, actually, just before I kind of move on, I'm gonna go through all of them. To get their ideology first. Then I'm gonna start turning tables.
And turn them on each other.
Yeah. But I just want to understand what they're each about.
Where are they coming from,
okay, this guy, I don't know what to think of this guy. Alright.
Okay, dipshit.
No. Yeah, okay, military expert. All I need from you, Colonel Bennett, is that you consult for me as a military expert today.
They nod slowly. Agreed. Okay. Was he already at 1 and 1? The heart rate and the openness? Because... Okay, whatever. He might have gone up there.
Yeah, he went up in openness.
Gotcha.
Imagine for this consultation exercise that you were the commander of the front.
They salute. Sir, yes, sir. And he just got more open. This is where I'm kind of confused. You know, I bet you. Can I throw a theory in there? Although I'm rationalizing a story before I'm reasoning, I'm sorry.
Okay.
But just, that seems like... I feel like he's going to get nervous here because I feel like he is doing illegal things, but it may have nothing to do with this. But these three have to be involved, right?
What do you think his angle is here? Because they've got this eco-terrorism one. Do you think that could be the angle here? Because he lives in the woods. Or do you think that it's fear on behalf of the government? Like, I'm really confused what.
Well, he doesn't have any connections with the government, which is kind of interesting, right? He's got very low connections with the government, except for the army, which is a high connection, though, right?
Yeah, because equity is not his thing.
No.
Private property and state ownership, not really his thing. So it's got to be one of these three. I don't think he's into an apocalyptic view of the world. I don't think that's what he's about.
Well, he could be. He's living in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, what do you think it is?
This is a hard one. I know what you mean. What does eco-terrorism mean exactly? I have an idea, but I want to make sure I understand exactly what it means.
So eco-terrorism is like activism for the environment, but it goes to the point where they will actually hurt people.
Like in Batman,
like loggers and stuff.
In Batman, what's her name? Poison Ivy.
Yeah, Poison Ivy is a great example, actually. Yeah.
An exaggerated version of the idea. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing that. There's not really any, because he was in the army. He just lives out in the wilderness. That's not necessarily what he's. There's no evidence based on that yet. The apocalypse. Not evidence. I'd say government because he's not connected to the government.
I just need to see his file.
Yeah, let's do this one more time.
Confused here. I'm thinking it's government.
Not registered to any database we have access to, right? He does not have a driver's license, no property owned, no medical insurance. He's married to teenage boys. Only data we have from him is in the army. As confidential, we only learn that he is enrolled with the infantry in his youth. We only know he quickly rose through the ranks before applying and being granted early retirement at Colonel. Drops the radar. We found him at a location indicated living with a family on a large property in a secluded area of the mountains.
Yeah, this guy just seems like an Alaskan bush person, but not because he wants to live off the land, but because he's doing it almost to get away, right?
Yeah.
I'm really confused. I don't know. Even this says... his isolation and military training certainly qualifies him as a suspect for Liberation Front leadership, although his motives currently remain unknown.
I would say my vote's the government.
All right.
And it has the most evidence.
Perpetuating fear on behalf of the government.
Wait, and let's imagine that you lead a wing dedicated to actually perpetuating fear on behalf of the government. Haha. He would never do that, right?
Interesting. Okay.
That makes sense, right? Whenever he wants to get away from the government, that makes sense.
Okay, well, let's see what we can squeeze. Do you want to change the exercise?
Oh, I didn't read that properly. It was about imagining him perpetuating fear on behalf of the government, not getting away from the government.
Do you want to change it then? Or do you want to just roll with it?
I don't know. Maybe change it. It's very confused now. Let's assume you're wing freedom, private property without laws of state. That's the one, dude. Freedom of property.
No, that's this dude.
No, but it says without laws of states. Absolute freedom and private property. That sounds like him.
No, that's this dude.
But that's literally what he's doing. He's on property by himself with no connections to the government. That's what he is. No?
No.
All right.
That's not his deal.
I don't know then. No, that's what I would have guessed.
Can I try the eco-terrorism thing?
You go with your gut. If you feel it, yeah. Oh. He agreed with it.
Okay.
Let's assume your wing is focused on eco-terrorism, saving us from the impending climate crisis. Man cannot fight nature. Okay. She's agreeing with
it.
it.
Yeah, got open with that. I think that's him.
Okay, go for it.
I think he's about nature. Yeah. Okay, what sort of person would lead this terrorist wing?
The answer after a brief pause, I cannot imagine. This is gonna be the hard guy. This one's gonna be the hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, because I just don't
even what he's wearing.
The debrief wasn't even that helpful. Like, okay, he was in the military. Great. I don't know.
Even everything
a lot of people go into the military to make money and stuff. What sort of professional background would they need?
Profession is irrelevant. Purpose is flawed. Okay.
Personality?
Pampered, selfish, and blind.
Oh, okay.
This one's an interesting one, eh?
Yeah. What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
None. Oh my god. You are giving us nothing at all.
You are hard to drive. The other two are talkers, that's why.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, they like this. They like doing this.
This guy won't.
This guy's gonna be hard. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
That's not a drive, that's a thing to do. It's a verb. Not a reason.
Do you really have so little faith in others to distinguish between truth and manipulation?
Answer in a calm tone, yes.
Personal bias does not automatically discredit one's opinion. Only a fanatic believes himself. Yes, people are quick to accept comfortable factoids. Okay.
Okay.
What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
What's going on with this guy?
What would be the motivating drive behind their actions? Lies? Okay, let's talk about something else.
You know what it is? I get it. So the game gives you the exercise for the types that are theoretical debaters, right? That ones that like to talk, like you mentioned. That's not going to work on this guy because he's not that type of person at all.
I think you're right.
You're gonna have to do this a different way.
Okay, well, how would you lead this terrorist wing? He answered quickly. That's interesting. I would not. What would your leadership style be, mate?
This is gonna be hard. This, I wouldn't be involved.
Oh, okay. How would you handle recruitment?
I wouldn't. Yeah, it's not working, dude.
Should we change the exercise?
One sec. What sort of person would lead this to?
Let's talk about the real Liberation Front.
Yeah. Let's just see if they said something.
Let's get to it.
No.
Oh. Okay, well, let's change the exercise then. Wow. Let's go into the apocalyptic view. So let's assume your wing is focused on burning down the world, a total cleansing.
Oh my god, the answer in a low voice. The more important question is, what grows in the ashes? What the fuck?
Alright, well, what sort of person would lead this terrorism wing? Okay, now we're getting more. Here we go. So he is a burn him down, let the world burn kind of person.
Oh my god.
Okay, what sort of professional background would they need?
Real skills, hands-on experience, well-trained. The thing most lacking in today's youth.
This guy is a man of many words, I'll tell you.
Well, he's not a talker. He's a hands-on person, right?
Yeah. Let's get his trust up a bit. I agree. Modern society has made us all weak.
They nod. Yes, my boys spend weeks in the forest alone to become hard and strong-willed. Ah, that's what he's all about. He's smiling. He got more open too.
Okay, here we go. You're a tough one, buddy.
That was. I like.
We went through 3 different personality types with him.
Also, I liked how you're like, "What's up with the literature friend?" He's like, "Nope." He's like, "I'm not fucking budging."
Yeah, he wouldn't. That's why I was like, "Okay, we gotta change our thing." He's not even budging. He doesn't care about this or that. He just wants to burn down the world. Well, what sort of personality would they have?
Diligent, hardworking, and iron will.
Okay.
He's very proud of it too. He's very pompous about it.
Yeah. What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
Answer in a calm voice. Reliable, dependable men, all as needed.
Men, eh? Interesting. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
Hope.
What do you mean by that? Can you clarify hope?
After a brief pause, that this rotten world can be made into something better. That not all is lost.
By stripping us all of comforts that makes us weak.
I go to the bottom. Or you want to challenge? You want to challenge him?
No, I think I'm going to say by stripping us all comforts that make us weak. I just want to clarify.
They nod sharply, and he's more open, by the way. Yes! Time is the apex predator mankind faces, against that everything needs to be measured.
Interesting. Okay. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions? We're back to hope again. Yeah, okay. How would you lead this terrorist wing?
With military efficiency, yeah, you would.
Yeah. What would your leadership style be regarding this wing?
Direct involvement in operational deployment, it would be necessary.
Okay. Recruitment?
Let others come to me, others who feel the same way.
And surround yourself with yes men seems like a mistake to me, because then you would not be forcing anyone to do anything they don't already believe. Survival of the fittest dictates that the one with the biggest tribe wins, Bennett.
Ooh. Heart rate went up. Not if that tribe is weak. His heart rate went up, though.
Interesting. Cohesive team is very important. I know that from experience. But it takes one rotten apple to ruin it all, doesn't it? I'm gonna push this guy a bit.
Yes, that is the risk, because heart rate went up again. He's looking down now. Look.
I know. I think I can make this guy crack.
Oh my god, he was giving it nothing for a bit there.
I know.
That was cool.
He's actually been the most interesting, because the other guy is like...
Well, you're getting ready, you're getting used to the theoretical ones, right? The game set you up for them.
Yeah, but now I gotta talk to somebody who doesn't want to, right? So you have to find a way to make them open, but then make them nervous all at the same time.
Yeah.
How would you handle the day-to-day logistics?
Strict timetables, clear responsibilities.
Yeah, that's very military. What would your goals and objectives be?
Freedom.
It's really odd.
Yeah, but it's not an organized type. He's not, he just like, this is the point. Go for the point. He's a very black and white kind of person.
Yeah, point A to point B.
Which I don't agree with, but...
Okay, so let's talk about the different wings, balancing that out.
Out of all 3 of these ones, this guy seems to be the bad apple. He seems to be the one that's going to cause the most problems.
Well, I wonder if we could get him to start to squeal. I think I can use the 2 guys, actually. I don't think I think if we pin the 2 guys against her, it's going to be more effective. Because this guy reminds me of Porn Guy, businessman here. And Porn Guy, remember from that one interrogation, I could get to crack right away.
Yeah.
This Bennett here, Bennett boy here, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Linda Bailey. No, but she was really like proud. I don't know, there's something there. There's something there. Okay, sorry. How would you handle relationships with the other leaders?
We are on a mission, they raise their voice. Personal relationships are unnecessary. Yeah, he's a point A to point B.
People are a motherfucking resource though, mate.
That's the thing, I don't agree with this guy. Like, I think that he's probably made mistakes. Because, like, here's the thing. The other 2 are, they're gonna think through everything they do, right? They're, like, playing this game like a chessboard, like Game of Thrones. This one's just like, no, fuck this, like, and just, I can see them doing something irrational or impulsive. Yeah,
they've got that
what I mean?
View of life. What would your view be?
Based on how he's talking, anyway.
Yeah, based on how he's talking, right? What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
The answer quickly. Unless tactically detrimental, I would enforce a strong hierarchy.
Strong people full of initiative like you are and I are a rare breed today. We should lead the front.
Agreed, but that doesn't change our position today. He's more open now.
How would you coordinate your actions with those of the other wings?
The answer after a brief pause. Target identification, supply acquisition, and sharing. All of these need to be centrally coordinated.
This is all military, eh?
Yeah, it's a military guy.
You can tell where you got. Okay, well, let's talk about the real one.
They nod, slightly pointing a finger
Now
at you.
you're open to
Agreed,
it.
briefly.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Let's try to do...
Ooh. Before you go there, you haven't gone here yet at all.
I'm gonna start with a softball. How would you describe its ideology?
Useless.
Oh. Interesting.
Maybe this guy is part of this, but not for the same reasons that most of them are. It's almost like, when you're playing chess, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the rook doesn't agree with what your ideologies are.
Yeah.
But it just does it because it likes being a rook.
Right.
Likes being a knight.
Yeah.
I feel like that's this guy.
Okay, well, let's play along.
He's got his own not biases, but his own agenda in under all of this. I think that could be because they don't clearly they mentioned they don't coordinate like super strong.
No.
They're not like really all on top of each other.
No.
So it allows for people to, like we pointed out with Inaba, right?
Yeah.
That they can break away and do their own thing and everything. Like, so then they will do that, and this is a great example of that so far, if you ask me.
Okay. Well, I guess it does serve as a does serve as a distraction. It's a useful cover, isn't it?
They nod after a brief pause. Yes, but the front did not get here by basing itself on ideology alone. More open, by the way.
But the front spends a lot of resources spreading its ideologically charged messages.
Oh, they suddenly speak loudly.
Interesting.
You're making them really high heart rated, by the way. Oh my god, and more open. A mistake.
Okay. I do want to bring that up, the fact that the pods are military. How do they operate their recruitment process?
Unknown, not part of the exercise here.
Okay, fair, whatever. In history, only revolutionaries that sought to centralize power in their own hands succeeded.
History means nothing. Great men break history.
Okay.
Okay, man. I completely disagree with that, but okay. Completely disagree with that. You have to learn from your mistakes.
And no one was successful in fighting the social trends of their time, yet no one carried on with their ideals once they got to... He doesn't care about ideals.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so yet no one was successful in fighting the social trends of their time.
Answering a common tone yet.
Oh, okay.
More open, 7.
Interesting.
You got him really riled.
I did, yeah.
You did a great job of that.
I don't really want to bring that up. I'm gonna bring this up, though. Mrs. Lee wants to have ideological debates at length.
They slam the table angrily. Nonsense! Waste of time! Words that strangle action.
He thinks it's a waste of time. He wants action now.
That actually reminds me, this is a big leadership debate thing, though, of like spending too much time thinking about the next move.
Yeah.
Thoughtfulness over action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cafe, quiet place?
Negative. Too exposed. Direct contact should be minimal. Yeah.
Oh, he didn't like the cafe idea. The other two did.
He stares at you. Can you imagine that? This guy? Negative.
I know, this guy's very intense. I don't know how comfortable I would feel in
He's like slamming on the table too. I'd be afraid he's gonna hit me.
Oh, he's very passionate. Very, very passionate, right? Can I bring up the pod thing, or do you think that's gonna make him shut down? 2
partners making an operational pod. That's a military idea. Was it yours? I think you can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
They nod sharply. Yeah, he's a proud piece of shit. It's proven an effective way to organize.
It is smart, I'll give you that.
And he's at 8, man. You got him riled. You got him really riled. You did a good job. Like, you're gonna get these guys.
Alright, so what's the deal with Inaba here, buddy boy?
She was a teacher there in Vietnam.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where she was spraying the exact ideology you claim is polluting the front today.
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
So he definitely disagrees with her.
Yeah.
He definitely disagrees with her. This game has done a great job of creating this point of freedom.
Can you look up this word for me? Proselytizing? I just don't want to make a decision that I don't really know what the word is for. My phone's basically dead.
I got it.
Thanks.
Alright, let's check here.
Because I don't think she would spin the front to have the actions support her ideology, because she kind of just sees...
I think she's the visionary, though.
She is the visionary, yeah.
So what's this word? Is pro-cell... I've learned a lot from this game, not gonna lie. There's a lot of...
I like things that push my vocabulary, too.
Yeah, I agree with that. The action of attempting to convert someone from one religion, belief, or opinion to another. That's what that is.
Oh. Okay.
And I can see him pushing...
Okay, let's try it.
I can see him getting pissed about that. They nod sharply. Yes, you are right, but it might be manageable.
Okay. Damascus. How do you know this dude?
They answer quickly. My phone was made by a company he owns.
Oh, okay. Do you think these two privileged kids in the other rooms have the iron will needed to see this through?
Oh, that's gonna use it. No, probably not. His heart rate went up again. This guy's gonna shit up the wall.
Interesting.
This has been the funnest debate so far, eh?
Rumor is that the front no longer supports convicted members.
Casualties are expected. His heart rate went up again.
I like this. I like
You're playing
this.
a nice chess game here. I want to play chess.
You know, Bennett has not the slightest trust that you're loyal to anything other than your ideology.
That's no surprise.
Yeah,
And her heart rate went up, by the way. He got her heart rate going up.
Oh, they haven't said numbers. Nothing changed here.
And what more is there to dig now? You got him like at 8 and 8. You got him at the highest, and he was hard in the beginning.
I'm gonna try something.
So they are all involved.
Let's assume your wing is focused on burning down the world, a total cleansing.
They hesitate before nodding slowly. That is a disturbing thought.
Because I know she'll play this game with me. So let's pretend we're Bennett. Okay? You're gonna be Bennett. What sort of person would lead this terrorist wing?
They shake their head looking down. They must be someone with nothing to lose or who has already lost everything. She's gonna tell you something about this guy.
Yeah. What sort of professional background would they need?
They blink quickly, and her heart rate just went up, by the way, and only an expert in destruction would have the know-how. A soldier and mercenary, someone ruthless.
What sort of personality would they have?
Most likely a paranoid conspiracist. That actually sounds like this guy.
Yeah.
Exuberant, restless, energetic, yet entirely misguided.
What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
They tap their fingers on the table, lost in thought. He would attract those who resonate with his inner turmoil, the zealous cultists, the preppers, the doomsayers, those at the fringes of society. This is really smart because what you created was like, this person, tell me about this person, and the first person she thinks about is that guy.
Yeah.
So as a weird, it's I know it is, it's obvious what you're doing, but like it's interesting how you're doing it, because when you think about it, when we try to picture something, we picture the first thing that comes to mind. And the first thing that's going to come to mind with her is this guy, because it's her most recent
we tend to pick a character,
like
right?
That.
Whether it's somebody we know or like a TV character.
Like when you read a book.
Yeah.
You picture somebody, right?
Yep.
And you picture your most recent experience with something close to that.
That's why I'm playing this game with her. I could maybe do this with Damascus too, but
Mr. Reed, yeah.
I'm just kind of curious.
This is getting good. It's getting good. It's like a good book right here, eh?
Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so connections. What would be the motivating drive here?
They answer after a short pause. His inability to adapt to society would drive him to raise it. All in the hope that he might find a place in the new one.
And that makes sense. He keeps saying hope and freedom. He feels like he can't reconnect.
Nice job picking up the hope there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Key words. Good job using the key words.
Yeah. Okay.
Well done.
I'm trying to. You're
good at research. You're good at finding consistencies, like our correlations in the information. You're very good at that.
That's how my brain works, I think.
Your brain works better at that than mine does. I'm actually pretty impressed by that.
How would you lead this terrorist wing?
They laugh. How would I run a death cult? That goes against everything I believe in, but I will do my best.
Just go with it. I'm actually using you for this exercise
because she's good at taking perspective.
Open,
she's
yeah,
very
and
good
can,
at that.
and can make the jump. That's why I picked her right away.
Yeah.
To do this with. What would your leadership style be regarding this wing?
They answer in a calm tone. I would impose a top-down leadership, maintaining a strong grip on the loose cannons in my cell.
Cells.
Yeah.
It's all cells. How would you handle recruitment?
They laugh. How about approach those who are already preparing for the end? Most of them have perfectly functional bunkers too.
Good point.
Ooh.
What about day-to-day logistics?
They answer in a calm tone. I would delegate to key people, establishing a functional hierarchy. That's what he said.
Which seems as like what he's done.
Yeah.
And goals and objectives.
They shrug. At the end of it, alright. Sort of mass suicide.
Okay.
You think this guy's gonna try to kill a lot of people?
Yeah, he might be the one that's encouraging like the bombs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's think about the other two terrorist wings then.
Destruction would be our common tool.
Okay. What about the relationships with the other leaders though?
They shrug. I would probably keep to myself as much as possible. I wouldn't trust them.
And that's what remember I kept saying he's the outlier. He's the outlier.
Yeah.
He is the outlier. He's doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
They look up, lost in thought. They are free to act as they see fit. Any fight is one worth fighting, I assume.
Okay. And coordination?
I don't think we would work too much together. I would try to keep ourselves as independent as possible. Yeah, that sounds about right. And
that's what he was kind of saying. Okay. And then we're gonna stay on this.
Very well. But remember the deal we signed. Yeah, we know. They look thoughtful. The colonel has participated in some military actions in liberation countries. Yeah.
Okay.
What did he do? What did he do in these countries?
Soldier. He's an older guy.
Yeah, but what did he do though? Like, what were the military actions?
He makes it sound like he was in Nam. Like, that's how he worked his way up, was during the Vietnam War. No?
I don't know. It just seemed weird because she was like, well, he was in some military actions in one of my lectures. What'd you say there, sorry?
I'm asking now about the absolute freedom and private property without the laws of states.
They shake their head.
So basically Damascus now.
The two do not entirely seem connected to me, but very well, this is your exercise, I guess.
I'm using you because you're the most open and you're going to give me the biggest picture, and then I'm going to go back to them and
get the details.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're painting a picture.
What I'm doing is I'm going to use them all against each other. I was just trying to figure out what they believed in first so that I could do this.
Yeah, you have to get to know them. That's like anything else, right?
Yeah, so what sort of person would lead this wing?
Person of privilege, most likely. Well educated and groomed for success.
What's the background?
To be honest, I doubt this person would have worked a day in his life. Rather, he played with inherited money.
Ooh, shit.
Wow.
Personality, then. I want to hear this one.
A narcissistic know-it-all for sure, gazing disgustingly at us, the rabble from his ivory tower. Oh my god. Well, I don't think you like that guy.
A person like that would pervert the front to enhance his wealth above all.
They shake their head, sighing deeply. Oh my god, her openness is bigger now.
And so is her heart rate went out.
And you take offense to that idea? Powerful people have done that already with other institutions you hold dear.
True, but What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
They smile. I think you would approach ambitious upstarts, innovators, inventors, people who, and their blind rush for progress, feel impeded by the state. Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's just giving them money. Yeah.
What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
They shrug. Oh, that's quite easy. Profit.
Okay. Yeah. How would you lead this wing?
They answer calmly. I fail to see how any wing like this could properly function, given how misguided it is.
That's true. What's the leadership style for this wing?
They shrug. I would probably try to run it like they run a corporation, with tasks, reports, heavy pressure on members to prove themselves.
How would you handle recruitment?
They answer after a short pause. I would focus on bringing in a few talented individuals as well as rely on aggressive freedom fighters for the actual grunt work. There we go. And that's where the soldier is.
Yeah. How would you handle day-to-days?
They shrug. I would allow for as much individual action as possible, I guess. So here's
it's like the workers, right, in a business.
But this makes sense. So they clearly recruited this soldier, right? This colonel.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, look, you're off the rails enough, and you have enough connections to the army that we could use you, right? But this one's so off the rails that they're going to cause problems to the whole organization. So Bennett is your key to fucking these guys over.
Yeah, Bennett seems like the middleman here between the two, because she's very extreme. Like, she wants to see change.
She's the ideology, yeah, and then he just wants to make money. He's like, sure, if it's in my interest too, then sure. You know what the middle guy is? He's a little finger. Yeah,
he is.
And then this is to me, what would you call it? Who in Game of Thrones did you say she was most like?
I said Daenerys, and I actually still stand by it.
Yeah, I agree, because she's very smart. She's not evil or like, well, that's a bad word to use in a situation like this, but she's not like super selfish. She just has a very strong ideology she wants to go for.
Yeah, and that's why I kind of likened her to Daenerys, because like,
although at the end of that show, she kind of the whole idea.
Yeah, but that's not what George R. Martin had written, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I got this game literally went to like Game of Thrones, even though it was a detective game.
Everything for me is like Game of Thrones, though, because the way they did that show is just so. The politics is so well orchestrated.
It's so well written.
Deadwood's actually a really good example of politics too. In a weird way.
I love TV shows.
It's like politics in a lawless town.
If you guys are gonna like this game, and you obviously, if you probably seen Game of Thrones, if you like Old West stuff like Red Dead Redemption, watch Deadwood. It's fantastic. It's an old show. Like, not super old. It's like 2013
it's from the early 2000s, like 2004, I think it started.
Seriously? Oh,
yeah,
wow.
The movie was recent, like it was in 2019.
It's good.
But it's a really good show. It still holds up. Like it's a political drama, essentially, with the Old West.
I actually love this game. This is such a good game.
Excuse me, what would be your objectives and goals?
They smirk. The dissolution of the state, establishing the anarchy of a dog-eat-dog world, aka cyberpunk.
Yeah.
That's what that guy wants, right?
Yeah.
The corp world, right?
He wants the corp world,
yeah.
Which is Cyberpunk, yeah.
Cyberpunk, yeah.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk!
Where look that one?
Another good game that you guys should play for like this kind of stuff.
It would only benefit the rich and powerful.
They nod, absolutely. That is the assumed objective after all. And her openness is at 11, by the way. I've never seen it go above 10. I don't think so, anyway.
Yeah. I would say pervert the motives, right? Wouldn't you agree that such a leader would pervert the motives of a front?
They hesitate for a moment before answering. Well, of course I agree, but let's remember that this is an exercise of imagination. I think her heart rate went up. What's interesting about what you're doing here is you're looking at... These are all clearly members of the front, right?
Yeah.
You're learning as much as you can about them and slowly building them up. And like, especially with her, you're giving her a lot of doubt in the people she's working with, giving her a lot of doubt, a lot of anxiety and stress over the, like, oh my god, this cop's right. This is the people I'm working with. Okay, what's happening?
I'm asking him to pretend to be a Naba.
Okay.
So to go for that equity.
Okay, they shake their head. Let's assume it hasn't been tried before and that it's not doomed to fail. You're wasting my time.
barking up the wrong tree, so he might not even try. Let's just try. What's our professional background? What they need?
They smile. Meh, I doubt these people worked a day in their life.
Ha! She said the same thing about you. What's the personality that they would have?
Me shrug. A carbon copy of the next wannabe goody two-shoes.
Okay. What sort of connections would they have and maintain?
They tap their fingers on the table. If these people could do that, they would get a real job.
Okay, well, what would be the motivations behind their driving actions?
Who knows? Probably a desperate need to prove their parents wrong.
Okay, you are really not playing my game.
He's really just like, life's all about making money. Anything else is just garbage. Anything else is just a waste of time.
Yeah. How would you lead this terrorist wing? I'm still gonna push you.
They shake their head. I wouldn't. This absurdity would never work in real life.
Well, either way, give it a try. What would your leader style be?
They sigh. Even with my leadership, nothing could come of it. You really are just like your way or the highway.
Yeah, he's harder to play the game with than she is. How would you handle recruitment?
They raise an eyebrow. If you take time to consider every possible option, you get decision paralysis, cop.
Okay, day-to-day logistics then.
They shake their head. I wouldn't cop. I would be wasting my time.
Alright.
You really are being a dick, aren't you? Getting these people a proper job. This guy's a dick.
Alright, well, let's talk about your work with other terrorist wings who might pop up here.
They roll their eyes. We would hold hands and sing or something.
Well, how would you handle relationships with the other leaders?
You have to. You keep talking as if such a wing could function. It really couldn't.
Ah! Ha ha ha. Okay, now we're going. What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
They answer in a calm tone. Don't you want to talk about something more serious?
How would you coordinate your actions with those wings?
They smile. We'd be better off talking about chicken wings, really. You really are a dick, man.
Just want to go to something. Naba. No, okay. Same. Okay. Let's change up the game. Let's go for...
Time to switch things up.
Let's go for Bennett. Let's say we're gonna burn down the world.
What the fuck? You got some crazy ideas festering in there, cop. Don't project on me.
Well, who would it take to run that?
I think it must be someone unstable, you know? Someone with a lot of anger in their system.
He doesn't empathize really well, does he?
Not at all, no. Well, that's not how you're gonna get him. You have to get him through business means. Like,
yeah.
You have to kind of be like, hey, yeah, making money, right? It's the best. And he's like, yeah.
What's their professional background, what they need?
If burning is the business, you need someone who isn't afraid of the heat. Someone that has seen it and done it before.
Okay, so he seems to be able to connect with Bennett a little better than he does with Inaba, which is interesting. So what sort of personality would they have?
I tap the fingers at the table. I think it would be the shouting type. With a hand raised, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I do.
I agree with that too.
What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
The answer in a calm tone, he would have to keep his people close, keep them angry, and keep them scared. Yeah, that sounds about right. Also found another typo.
That sort of group would be easily turned against you. That sort of group would be unpredictable or violent. What do you think? Easily turned against you, violent, or unpredictable?
Turned against you, I'd say.
I want to say unpredictable.
Yes, because he's the guy who watches the data.
Yeah, that sort of group would be very unpredictable.
Yeah. They nod, and he got more open. Good job. They never said you could build a bridge with these people, just blow it up.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good job.
What would be the motivating drive?
Fuck me if I knew, cop.
Yeah, fair enough.
I probably wouldn't give a crap about them.
Yeah, that sounds like Bennett. How would you handle relationships with other leaders?
They tap their fingers on the table. I'd have to make it so that no other leader would have second thoughts about our commitment to blowing shit up, I guess.
Okay.
Well, they're having second thoughts, man.
What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
They shrug. It's not like we would have a plan, so everyone can go do whatever the hell they want.
That lack of coordination will mean that nothing gets done.
They shrug. Hey, you make the exercise, cop, but you're probably right.
want to go back to his. Oh. Let's assume your wing is focused on creating a utopian state of perfect equity. Why is this yellow?
Because it's new. And you applied it to her. Abba? Ababa? Is that her name? So sorry.
I'm saying you're wasting our time, though. I already did this. Why is it yellow? I know, because this is...
You did it with her, you didn't do it with him.
Yeah, I did.
You sure?
Yeah, because remember, he's like, you're barking up the wrong tree with this one. What sort... Okay, I'll do it again. What sort of background do they have? See? Remember? He goes like, oh...
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
What sort of person?
Yeah, you're right. We did just do this.
Maybe because he's a little bit more afraid?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh, here we go.
I don't think they have one. What did you just ask? What's their personality?
Personality,
They're probably spewing out the propaganda of whatever 5-cent no-name philosopher they most recently bought. Ooh.
What sort of connections would they have and need to maintain?
Connections. Most people can't manage that level of personal skills.
Interesting. So now he is opening up a bit, because the first time I did this with him, he was like, I don't care. Now he's opening up a bit. Okay, here we go. What would be the moving drive behind their actions?
Who knows? Probably a desperate need to prove their parents wrong.
That didn't change. How would you lead this wing?
I wouldn't.
What would your leadership style be?
I'd rather lead something that produces value.
Produces value, yeah. How would you handle recruitment?
Well, we take just about anyone. All of you need is a dream.
Okay, he is being more open, though.
Yeah, he is.
How would you handle the day-to-day logistics?
They roll their eyes, tapping their fingers on the table. Logistics? What's next? Chains of production? Story? Supply lines? Be serious.
Well, you're a logistics guy.
Yeah.
Think beyond your own shit, dude.
He doesn't want to.
What would be
He's
your...
a first business guy. He doesn't want to.
Yeah, that's true. What would be your goals and objectives?
Getting these people a proper job.
I know, buddy, but come on. Okay, let's talk about working with the other two terrorist wings.
We'll hold hands and sing. He's being such a dick right now.
How would you handle relationships with the other leaders?
They cross their arms. Leaders? Those people wouldn't qualify for the title. Interesting.
What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
Answer in a calm tone. Don't you want... stop being a dick, man.
How would you coordinate your actions with other wings?
Would not happen. Am I being clear?
Say something. Why are you making me do? Okay, let's try this again. Guess we're gonna pretend for him to be Bennett again.
What the fuck, man?
I'm not projecting on you. Okay, so I don't know why the game is making me do this again, but it is.
There's something that's missing.
Yeah.
There.
So the sort of person that would lead this terrorist wing.
Someone unstable, you know, a lot of anger. Yeah, we know about that already.
Yeah. The background.
Answer after a brief hesitation. If burning is the business, you need someone who isn't afraid of the heat.
You said this before.
Someone that has seen it and done it before. Yeah. Tap their fingers on the table. I think it would be the shouting type. We saw this already.
Yeah.
Okay, what is different here? Answer calm tone. He would have to keep his people close, keep them angry. We know about that already. Fuck me if I know cop. Okay, you are an absolute asshole, man.
Why not have him play the utopian side? Yeah, see, he's saying the same thing, a dream, an illusion. What sort of person would lead this terrorist wing? What sort of professional background would they need?
A master of lies, trained to deceive, a speaker, not a doer.
Aha.
Aha.
What sort of personality would they have?
Not a backbone, unable to commit, unable to act.
What sort of connections would they need to have and maintain?
Infiltrated agents spreading propaganda.
Aha! Okay, now we're getting somewhere. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
Hate.
Really? What made you say that, I wonder?
Yeah, it's kind of a strange way to put it.
How would you lead this terrorist wing?
Like Stalin and Lenin did? By lying to the hopeful mess. Okay, because it's a... Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I see how he's swinging this. Okay. What would your leadership style be regarding this wing?
Delegating responsibility, talking too much, giving speeches. He doesn't like the idea of delegating responsibility. That's kind of interesting.
He's a doer. Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, that doesn't sound like an efficient way to run things.
Agreed. He's more open. Or no, did he go down?
Nope, he's more open.
So you proved him wrong on that.
How would you... Yeah, I guess so. How would you handle recruitment?
The answer in a low voice... sorry, I guess I said that wrong. No, we were trying to prove that he hates them more. Even more. So yeah, sorry. Yeah. I did that wrong, sorry. Infect their minds and they will come. They will not think like sheep.
How would you handle day-to-day logistics?
Answer in a low voice. I would present ideas. Let others do the dirty work.
That I could see. Remember, I kind of said that, right? What would be your goals and objectives?
Bountiful harvests, endless prosperity. I don't know how to read that.
Etc.
Oh, etc. My bad.
Anaba tells me that for her, equity implies a culture of total acceptance and tolerance.
They shout, "Bah! Of course that Jezebel would say that. Weak. That is what a world like that would make us." What'd you say? Oh, Annabelle. Annaba. I keep calling her Annabelle, but it's Annaba.
I keep trying to call her Annabelle too.
Sorry, Annabelle.
I think it's just because it's a fucking
Or is it Naba?
movie.
Annaba? I'm so sorry, I'm getting her name wrong. Tell us her.
No, I think it's Annaba.
Oh, okay. I want to see. What did she say before, though? What did you say about her?
I said, like, I basically just gave her view on things, and he was like, of course she would say that.
Yeah. He's even higher, though.
How would you work with the other two terrorist wings?
I would depend on our goal alignment.
How would you handle relationships with the other leaders?
Lots of talking, making everyone feel like we are contributing.
Okay. What would your view on the autonomy of different wings?
There can be no autonomy. It might disturb our plans up for utopia.
How would you coordinate your actions with those other wings?
Coordinate targets. Propose targets. Let others bother with execution.
Let others bother with execution. He just got a little more nervous too.
I thought he was.
Coordinate targets, propose targets. Interesting. Let others bother with the execution.
Yeah, he's definitely making the point of like, I have to do the dirty work because they won't do the dirty work.
That's what I find interesting. I wonder if he'll even talk about
doing the thing is more the thing.
Yeah.
That's the way he's looking at it.
Let's get him to talk as if he was Damascus. Let's talk about the freedom of private property without the governance of law.
Freedom? Freedom is nothing.
What sort of person would lead this terrorist wing?
Cannot imagine.
See, he has a hard time sympathizing with Damascus. Interesting. He can think of her, but he can't think of him, which is interesting. What about the professional background?
Skill level is irrelevant. Because wasn't he having trouble... No, he kind of he could understand his. So Creed could understand Bennett, right? Yes.
Reed could understand Bennett, but Bennett can't understand Reed. And she can understand both of them.
Yeah, because she's
empathetic.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. What about the personality?
Pampered, selfish, blind.
Yeah, figured. Connections. What would they need to have and maintain? Relevant. What would be the motivating drive behind their actions?
As I said, lies.
Yeah, figured. How would you lead this wing?
I would not.
Yeah. What would be your leadership style?
I wouldn't have nothing to do with this.
Alright. Recruitment?
I wouldn't.
Logistics.
Printing banners, stupid slogans. That doesn't require logistics.
Ah, okay. So would be your goals and objectives?
Selling t-shirts.
Okay. How would you work with the other two terrorist wings?
This is futile exercise of the imagination.
It's called empathy. Try it. How would you handle relationships with the other leaders?
They stare at you. You persist in your absurdities. Oh my god, can you imagine like someone like this like, you persist in your absurdities.
I know, he's
just staring at you,
at
right?
Me, yeah.
Like just being crazy.
Right into my soul.
Crazy.
What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings? Yeah, he just can't do this. This is interesting. I'm gonna just try the last one. How would you coordinate your actions with those other wings?
I would try not to get in their way.
Okay. Okay, that is actually interesting.
We kind of have an idea of how they're working together, okay? And we kind of have an idea that they all hate each other.
What about... Let's see if we can say anything about Damascus.
You said the same thing you did last time.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Anaba? I told you enough already. Okay. We can go back to Anaba for a sec. We can go here. Bennett doesn't trust you. Okay. That's okay.
Well, Reed and I have some common social circles. I assume he comes to my conferences to argue with me.
That's it? He claims you had some great sex in Saigon.
Ooh. Why, that motherfucker. She's bright red. That was supposed to be private.
Anything more I should know about your relationship with Reed?
They stiffen and answer in a low voice. I think you know more than enough.
I agree. I'm not going to press you on that. Can we talk about James Bennett, though?
The Colonel... Okay, yeah, same thing she always says.
Oh man, Anaba seemed oh so very upset you told me about the sex.
Oh damn. That might have been a misstep, huh? You got his heart rate raised, finally.
Probably shouldn't have kissed and told there. I really want to know what Bennett has to do with this.
I don't know them personally, Cop. I only know he's some old guard, military guy. Guess he's just a pawn to you.
Did you know he treats his young boys like soldiers? Weeks alone in the woods, that sort of thing?
What? That sounds cruel as fuck. Ooh. Ooh.
Now imagine that if he does that to his kids, what would he do to other innocents? I don't think he'd care. That sort of person leads the front, Bennett. Just think about that.
They shake their head. Yeah, he may be fucked up. Doesn't mean he's working for the front, though. Oof.
You go back to Damascus. No.
The phone was made by a company he owned, blah, 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 blah. You've said that before.
Yeah, Naba.
So many times.
Nothing new. Okay, so he's already talked about Naba at length. I'm gonna try something. No, actually, I'm gonna try something here.
About time we switch things up.
I'm just gonna try this, and I'm just gonna quickly skim to see if there's anything new.
Okay. As you're kind of looking around, by the way, the one thing I really like about the animation in this game is it's showing the breath when you're not talking to them. Oh,
yeah.
Did you see something cool?
No, this is nothing
it's same
new.
old stuff, yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Like, so, like, if you're just watching them, they're just breathing in and out in like three clips. And that's really cool to see because you would be watching something like that. Like, what is their resting state like, right?
Yeah, he's not giving me anything really new. Yeah, he's not giving me anything new. Let's try this again.
Yeah, no. Sorry guys, we're just skimming because now we're getting kind of the nitty gritty with this guy particularly.
Because I think he knows more than he's letting on, and he is a talker, so I'm trying to get him to fuck up.
But he won't fucking talk.
Yeah.
But his reason for the talking, is there anything that really pushes him to be like, hey man, you're a good business dude. I hear you did some good shit in the company. There's nothing that...
Here we go.
Okay, so what'd you say? What would your leadership style be regarding the swing? He said, they answered calmly, I guess I would try to position myself as some sort of prophet or something in connection with the divine.
That's interesting. That's new.
For who's
Bennett. This is Bennett's ideology.
Oh.
We're talking about right now. Sorry, I'm just...
Now that's kind of interesting. Can I throw something out there?
Yeah.
Remember the preacher? And had the bomb?
That's right.
That's looking suspicious now.
Oh, and this... Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry if this offends... Because I know we've got some viewers from the States. And
actually, we probably are going to have a lot of bias playing this game. This game's probably really good at bringing out the biased people, so I apologize if we've said anything offensive to anybody.
Yes.
Because We're not perfect. We know that.
No.
Everyone's got their own shit. So anyways, sorry, go ahead, Peyton.
But what I was gonna say is Bennett strikes me as that middle America, down home kind of type. So the idea of using religion is a big thing. Like when
it makes sense.
When Americans
it's an easy connection to make.
Yeah, when American politicians talk about the Southern strategy, the ways that they reach out to getting the votes from the South is using dog whistle language to basically call out different races, and they use religion. Mm-hmm. So, and he's kind of pointed that out, which I find interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Let's talk about recruitment.
I'd foster communities where the sort of people can feel safe to share their fringe views, normalizing them.
Interesting, yeah. So he's talking about, again, those people that are kind of going to get left behind because of their outdated views. How would you handle day-to-day logistics? Also, I should say, for anybody who's living in Middle America and doesn't believe in the traditional Middle American values, I'm not pointing my finger at you. Just so you know, you're good.
We're just looking at the pattern of the game.
We're just looking at a pattern. We're generalizing for the sake of
for the sake of the success of trying to get the game and
because I recognize there's a lot of people in the South who are progressive. I'm not that stupid.
I think what's really funny with this game though is it brings out the bias in everybody. Yeah. It really does. It fucks with you. And I think that's really fantastic. This game is really interesting. I guess I'd have to be very hands-on, micromanaging stuff, or else nothing would get done. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's very micromanagey. Like, that's why he's not a big fan of these two, right?
Because they're too thought-based, too data-based, too reflection-based. He wants, go, get done now, I don't care.
Yeah.
What's in the past is in the past. What's now is now.
Yeah. What would your goals and objectives be?
They squint, lips tightening. The modern man relies heavily on things whose function he doesn't understand. See how angry they get when the water supply stops working for a week.
And when people get angry, then what?
They shake their head, then they riot uncontrollably. They strike against anything that might be the cause of the misfortunes.
And usually the first people to be put up to the torch are the rich.
Yep, that's the usual answer. His heart rate went up when he fucking said that, though. Well done.
Okay, let's talk about cooperation and working with the other wings.
I probably wouldn't give a crap about them.
Okay. How would you handle relationships with the others?
They tap their fingers on the table. I'd have to make it so that no other leader would have second thoughts about our commitment to blowing shit up, I guess.
What would your view be on the autonomy of different wings?
They shrug. It's not like we would have a plan so everyone could do whatever the hell they want. Yeah, you said that last time.
Yeah. And how would you coordinate your actions with the other wings?
We'd have to allocate people and establish a network of resource sharing, but that's about it.
So they're just sharing resources, which makes sense.
Well, we've done this already.
I wonder if we missed something. Let's see here. Alright, I'm gonna flip.
Sorry guys, we're gonna flip for a bit.
Okay, this is new.
Okay, you said, what would be the motivating drive behind their actions? They said, they roll their eyes, sniffing one thing or another, whatever's trending.
So like a lot of those hashtags.
Who are you talking about?
Now we're talking about Naba. Again, sorry, I had to go back. I think I'm going to be doing a lot of back and forth, guys. Sorry. Fine. This might be just picking at them, right? Because we have no time limit, which means we have to really worm them to say something.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure if you noticed, your red for him is a strong attack at Bennett. I don't know if you noticed that.
It is, yeah.
I don't know when you can use that, when you should use that, but you have that.
I might use Bennett, though, because Bennett's very against Anaba. This guy's very against Bennett. Anyway, leadership style, sorry.
So who are you talking about right now?
Anaba.
Okay. Absent. I would probably be absent. They raise an eyebrow. If you take the time to consider every possible option, you use your decision paralysis.
Yeah, I know. That's not new.
What a surprise. Okay.
Whatever.
I can't get over how well researched this game is. It's so well set. Burn down the world now.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
And now we're trying to get stuck. Reed has already shown you something that
Can I try something?
Go for it.
You know Anaba doesn't have what it takes to lead the front. Give her to me, Bennett.
There's a long pause before they answer. Agreed. The front will be stronger without her. You understand strength. You've shown it today and in the past. Join me. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Exactly. We don't need her distracting the Liberation Front.
Good! I like you. Give me the paper. They laugh and smashing their fists on the table.
Sign here, Bennett. We'll see what the future holds for us.
They speak in a low, trembling voice as they sign the confession. Do not forget what I told you. Rebirth is our only option for a sustainable future.
So he gave up Anaba. Let's see.
Oh shit.
If he'll give up Bennett. Bennett is a monster and you know it. He will destroy everything you've built.
They lean forward, speaking fast, eyes bulged wide. Okay, cop, okay. The dream of a truly free society cannot happen if people like Bennett are in a position to threaten all we built, but the front will and must achieve freedom.
I believe in freedom, just like you, Reed. I always have, but let's get rid of Bennett.
They give you a wide smile. Ha! I knew you had what it takes, cop. Give me that paper.
Sign here, Reed. We'll
oh
see
my
what
fucking
comes
god.
After.
With a weak smile, they sign the confession. Okay, cop. No. I'm really impressed with you, and if you ever need a job, look for me. Oh my god.
Let's do the same thing here.
Oh my god, you got them all.
James Bennett has already confessed to you leading one of the wings of the Liberation Front.
Their hands tremble slightly. You think that will convince me? I don't believe you, officer.
Reed has already shown you that he can't keep a secret. Give him up.
They lean in and speak quickly, hands shaking. Listen to me, officer. You're wrong about the Liberation Front. We can bring equality and happiness. You know how broken the capitalist system is. Help us end it.
Certainly. We will see that the front accomplishes its goals together after you give me Reed.
They nod energetically. Thank you for understanding. We will achieve great things together, officer. Here you go.
Yep. Sign here. Let history be the judge of them.
Oh my god!
So we did actually more work than we probably needed to, but that's okay.
Oh, that was
okay.
fantastic. They signed the confession with a shaking hand. It will be the judge of us all.
Oh my god!
You fucking got him, dude! Well done! Well done. Well done. You got them all.
Oh my god!
Holy crap, dude. Well done. Book him. Time for the trial of a decade and decades in jail. Release Lee. Anaba's wing can help make a better world. Release her and detain Bennett and Reed. Oh my god. Release Reed. Reed's wing can help make a better world. Release him and detain Lee. And the only one I would release would be the middle girl.
Yeah.
Because she can empathize. She can see other sides. The other two can't.
I kind of want to just put them
away.
Put them all away, though.
They create bombings and stuff.
Yeah.
Bombings are pretty bad.
And I think taking sides is going to cause more issues. Do you know what I mean?
Man. Dude, I can't believe we're done the game. I think we are anyway.
Alright, I'm just going to book them.
Final verdict?
Yeah.
Oh, she gave you double fingers.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. Holy
put
shit.
Him away,
Trial
man.
of the decade.
Good work, officer. Justice for all. Oh my god. Well done. Who's this? What's going on?
I don't know what's going on here.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What? The news is spreading through the ranks of the Liberation Front.
Oh?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so people are... Because we took all 3 leaders, right?
Like, shit, they're gone. They were everywhere. Oh my god. We found everybody.
Holy crap.
Oh my god.
This is like pulling apart a mob situation,
dude, oh my god.
Holy crap.
They were everywhere.
This is so cool.
There's the sirens. There they are.
There
just
we go.
Going everywhere.
There they go. Look at our boys go.
Oh man.
They're on the run. This is beautifully animated, this game.
Oh,
Whoever
it's
did the art, it's incredible.
It is the most noir animation I've ever seen.
It's beautiful. I love doing thumbnails for this game because there's so much to play with.
Yeah. Okay. Oh man. It feels uneasy still, even though we won.
I know. Oh, look at that. That looks really uneasy. I like the cameras everywhere.
It's like a little shaky, yeah. The triumvirate trial of the decade. Acclaimed speaker and professor Annabelle Lee, Playboy CEO entrepreneur Reed, and retired Colonel James Bennett have been identified as the topmost leadership of the infamous Liberation Front. Police officials state that they have gathered complete and incriminating. Alright, well.
That's it. That's the headline. Wow. Oh no!
She quit the force. I'm sorry, Jennifer Rise, whatever. Quit the force a few years after the completion of the triumvirate trial, citing burnout and a lack of alignment with police values, and she retired.
Oh.
Tab Thompson followed a strong focused career as an officer and analyst. In her later years, they led the newly organized Algorithmic Crime Prevention Pilot Project. They continue to keep in touch with those willing to subscribe to the weekly email update and stream. Okay.
So Jennifer got burned out.
Mordecai never moved up from his position at the force, not pursued such ambitions. As a father, he focused on his golf hobby and gained significant weight. He remembers the lead detective fondly and often quotes the words of wisdom to his kids.
Aww.
What a good boy. What a good man. What a good dude.
Oh, Joseph.
Joseph published a moderately successful semi-biographical trilogy novels about fighting the force of terrorism over multiple generations, spanning from the interwar period of cyberpunk future into a cyberpunk future. The character corresponding to your generation is depicted as well, meaning but over violent procedure.
Okay.
Chief Anderson, it was hailed as a hero and went on to run the state level Department of Public Safety for a few years. He recommended the lead detective as his successor to the lead, the STPD.
The stupid.
Miller became mayor himself 16 years later.
I figured that he was gunning for that.
Oh man. Eddie Walker. Later in his life, left the journalism career and became Miller's campaign manager and spokesperson.
Okay, so that was the one journalist that came to speak to us. What about the other journalist? Oh, nothing on her?
Wow! Well done.
Thank you guys. Thank you for
Critique Gaming. A masterpiece, in my opinion. This is
so fun.
And I know everyone's probably thinking like, but it's like a novel game. It's not a novel game at all. This is a
There's so many ways to do the interrogations, dude. There's so many ways.
Police department management, terrorist taking down, interrogation game. Like oh my god, there's so much packed in this game. If you've
Julia Herman, beautiful graphics.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The music was really fucking well done too.
Same thing, yeah.
Like the soundtrack. Like I want to get the soundtrack now, and I think it is available on Steam.
Yep.
You can own it. Listen to it while you're driving to work, and you can feel all detective-y.
Oh yeah, they were based on real people.
Well, they're like people, the actors for the people.
Yeah.
They took
sketches. Yeah,
they're sketches of the people. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Wow. Well done. You guys all rocked. This was such a good game. What a really different and cool experience to get thrown into. And to really challenge yourself. I like games that really challenge somebody. That make you change your perspective on the world. This game 100% did that.
Yeah.
100% did that. And also made you look at your own biases as you played the game. Really well done. Additional music by Ross Bergen, New York, 1924. Cool. Wow. Lots of copyright stuff they had to do, yeah.
Yeah, you always have to present anything that you used, right?
Yep.
So that they get credited.
Yep. Critique Gaming, you guys did such a good job.
Yeah.
I want to see more from you guys. This was such a good game.
For work as an analyst on the first versions of Interrogation. Oh, cool. That's really cool. Man, what a journey.
That was such a journey. We've been doing this game since...
I think we said September or August or something.
August. You said one's best.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning again. Oh my goodness.
What a well done game. So, I'm gonna say it. So, we want to use our channel, guys, to to look at these games and talk about them. So we're going to be doing more of that. We actually really want to take a little closer look and kind of talk about Interrogation in gaming and how it's moving things forward. Maybe some things that might be lacking, but just looking at everything as a big picture. We want to kind of look a little closer at this game and talk about it more. And we're going to dedicate a whole other video for that.
Yeah.
It's something new we're going to try on our channel because we think it's worth talking about. To us, storytelling and dialogue and character development and world building, all this stuff is so important to us in gaming. Like, the reason why we go to games, I can agree with Peyton here. We love the storytelling of it, and it's an art form, and it makes video games an art form, and we want to uphold that. We want to talk about it. We don't want this to be just an experience where we play the game and just react. We think it's more than that. You know, this is something that's worth talking about deeper. Because these guys, this team that made this game, knew their goddamn shit. They really, really studied on politics, sociology, psychology, definitely anthropology, culture, the style, noir, music. There's so much high-level artistry that went into this game that even though it's not necessarily a big AAA game, you know, it's not gonna. I don't know how noticed it really is in the community today. I'd like to do a little bit of research to see how much people know about this game. But this deserves attention because it is bringing gaming to a level that, in my opinion, they should use this to teach in university. 100%. Yeah. This should be a game.
Especially if you're taking like any sort of sociology course or like criminal studies course.
Yeah, 100%.
Like taking parts of the game and putting people in that experience, I think would be valuable. I think we mentioned this in one of the early episodes, but they actually consulted, like there's somebody on the team. I didn't see it when we were looking through the credits, but there's somebody on the team who was was it a law student or an actual lawyer?
He had a master's in law.
Master's in law. But even that, like somebody who knows the ins and outs and like could provide them like, okay, just so you know, this is it.
And like we're not like experts with this ourselves.
No,
not at all.
We just have a passion for this kind of storytelling, and I don't like to announce this, but like on the side, I am taking some law courses. So like this was so in my wheelhouse. I love this kind of stuff, and I know I got frustrated in some of the middle episodes.
Oh, I did too. There's definitely moments of like, how are we supposed to do this?
Like, James was laughing because James does a lot of the editing for these videos, and there's a lot of episodes where I was slamming the mouse like furiously against the table, and James can really speak to that because he had to listen to it. But anyway, we'll talk more about the game in the final wrap-up episode. We're hoping it doesn't get too lengthy because I know that those things can be cool, but also kind of boring. And it'll be the first time that you really get acquainted with us as people in front of a camera. Yeah, we want to kind of step up and kind of not just simply share our opinions, but like, and not like, how do I put it? Not critique the game to the point of like, you know, tearing it down, but we want to like talk back and forth about the value of it, because there's absolute value and it needs to be truly projected out there, I believe. And I hope somebody watches and, you know, adds their opinions. Like I think the thing with YouTube is I want you guys, feel free to add your opinions, your comments and stuff like that. I'm not going to tear it down. You can disagree with us. It's fine. That's the point of this game. Everybody has their own bias, their own opinions, their own ways of perceiving the world. There's so many ways of playing this game too. Like, this game is about empathy. Manipulate people, you can talk them in circles like we were doing and kind of empathize with them. I think the best way for success is empathy. You can Batman them and fucking bang them against a wall if you really want to. If you're really frustrated, you can turn off that tape recorder and threaten them. Yeah. But I mean, that's what's the beauty of this game is you pay the money and it's not like a one-shot done. Like, it's like, okay, I'm gonna try playing it now as an asshole who just turns off the tape recorder every time and see where you get with that. Or, because even when I had to redo it a couple times, like that one with the bomb making mommy there, like, I had to do that 4 times, and every time I did it, it was a little bit different. So it is interesting. Like, they do change their answers. It's not just a one shot and then it's done. You know, I guess you'll know the story, but how you get there, you can really change the journey, which is cool. What a well done game, and I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. It's gonna be hard to say goodbye to this one, but alas, we got lots of other games we want to play. So we'll leave our notes at that, and we'll see everybody in the next video. Bye bye. Holy crap.
That was a lot of fucking fun.
Yeah.
Well done, especially in the first try. Well, I'm glad I didn't give you a time limit though, because that would have just made rushed the experience, and I think I like taking our time with the last one. That was cool.
I think I did the right thing trying all of them. In the sense of, like, at the very end, how you can either pull one of them out and keep them out of the trial. Because I felt kind of bad about putting in Inaba, although I'm about 1,000% sure that she's our Lady Luck.
Oh yeah.
She would be the one doing the writings, right, to draw people in.
Exactly. I feel like she's